We are back again to talk about size with the Tamiya squash fan.
Excellent!
Now there seem to be a lot of questions about how big is it? When you guys saw me paint this body, there were a lot of comments saying, holy cow, I had no idea it was that big. And since size does matter, today we're here to squash the controversy. And in the running for today's video, of course, we have to start off with the squash fan itself. That is our baseline. Let's see how it compares to the panel of judges here. We've got the big guy, the Clodbuster. Look at the size of that monster. Super Clodbuster, Black Edition. One of the biggest, baddest Tamiyas of all time. You can see the size difference there, but more on that in a second. Next in line, check out that sweet ride, the Blackfoot Extreme. Very similar chassis configuration, kind of a long stick full of gears. Let's see how it compares to the Blackfoot Extreme. Next in the panel, we've got a squash. We've got Wild Willie here. He borrowed the tires from the Blackfoot fan. Let's see how the squash fan measures up to a squash. And last but not least, we have a van. You can't have a... You can't do this with a straight face. You can't do it. You can't do it with a straight face. We've got a squash and a van, the Tamiya lunchbox, an iconic 12 scale monster truck, 2-wheel drive. Let's see how it measures up against these very popular rigs. Get it on. So first off, let's start talking about tires. These are Tamiya Blackfoot tires, the exact same thing. 2.2 inch wheel, nice big monster truck tire. You can see how it compares to a Clodbuster tire, not even close, but it's gonna be the same diameter as this Blackfoot Extreme tire, without the spikes, of course. Exact same tires on the squash vehicle, driven by Wild Willie. Little bit of a taller tire than what you're gonna find on a Midnight Pumpkin or Lunchbox. Put that back there. The squash could use a good alignment. Let's see how they measure up. Let's start with the Von Squash here. There to there. That body's just about 17 inches long. How about the big boy, the Clodbuster? Bumper to bumper, what's that? 18 and a half, 18 and a quarter, something like that. The Clodbuster's a little bit longer. Blackfoot Extreme. Yeah, right about 15 and a half or so. Now, the real question, how does a squash van measure up to a squash? It's about a 7-inch squash. That's a good looking squash. And then the lunchbox. Let's see if that might include the bumper there. About 12 and a half, about 12 and 3/4 inches on the lunchbox. Now let's talk about height. How tall is this rig? At the highest point here, we're looking at about roughly 10 inches, 9 and 3/4. Over to the big boy, the Clodbuster. He's a monster. Foot tall. Wiggling our way over to the Blackfoot Extreme. About 9 and a half or so. Oh, what about the squash? We'll go right to the top of Willie's head there, because he does count just about a cool 6 inches or so up to Willie's noodle. Last but not least, the Lunchy. 9 1/4. So that's how the brand new GF-02 Tamiya Von Squash measures up to its brothers and sisters and vegetable cousins. If you guys have any other questions about the GF-02, throw them down in the comment section below. Always happy to get back to you guys. And just a final reminder, this is a pretty big body with a lot of surface area. I was able to do all of the cobalt green with one can. I was able to do all the white pearl with one can, but I did back it with white, which gave me that opacity that we're looking for. Really helped get that pearl to sparkle and get that cobalt green to have some backing to it to give it a bit more pop. I'm still stuck at home waiting out the Vancouver Island late fall, early winter weather where it's just constantly raining, but I'll get that running video out to you guys as soon as I can, okay? Thanks again for watching, everyone, and be excellent to each other.